Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to Starkey Farmstead. As soon as you sign on, folks, hit the thumbs up to let YouTube know there are actual people here so they will broadcast this video further. All right, folks. So while we're waiting on everyone to come in, I want everybody to know I did find the preliminary after action report on FEMA.gov. Now, if you're going to look up research, you're going to want to look for .gov. That is government sites. And this is where you can find this report, folks. And what we're going to do is we're going to discuss the fires that happened in Maui. As you come on, please hit the thumbs up, folks. Send a heart. Let other people know you're here. Samson, come. Hold on, folks. I got the puppy inside. Sammy, let's go. Come on, big boy. Good boy. Down. Down. Good job. No, don't stop. Good boy. Good down. It's getting a little hot outside. I don't want my baby out there sweating. You know, dogs don't sweat, but you know what I mean. All right. So I'm going to show you this real quick. You can find this on the FEMA.gov site. What it's going to do is going to show you where Lahaina is, okay? Here is the Lahaina fire, folks, right here. Then you can see where the Kihei fire was, and then where the Olinda fire was, and where the Kula fire was, all right? Hey, RB, how are you, friend? So what we've got is 4 fires going on in a 24-hour period. What we're going to discuss today, folks, hello, Leslie. We're going to start with the fire location map. Again, if you'd like to follow along with what I am looking at right here, all you need to do is get on your phone. You're going to type in FEMA. I'm going to type it in right here in chat, folks, so you can pull it up on your laptop or on your phone so you can follow along with me. So we're all seeing the same thing, right? So you're going to go to FEMA.gov. But what you can do is Google it. You can Google FEMA and you can put Maui fire report. It's going to bring you to the FEMA.gov site. When you get there, it's going to be a little like 2-paragraph description. But there's an area that is light blue. It says preliminary report. If you click on that, it's going to open up to 68 pages of this, right? That's what I want you to do. If you have the ability to do it, I'll give you guys a second. Let me review the video that I did earlier. I just realized that social media platforms like mine were investigated by the FBI for misinformation. First off, if you watch the video I put out earlier, you're going to see where I show you that they investigated the missing children. They, as in the government. Okay, RB says she won't be able to follow along, but she's going to listen. That's perfect because I'm actually going to read it. Leslie said she's already got it up on her page. But basically, folks, the FBI investigated missing children. And it says here, let me pull it up for you. Hi, sweetheart. How's work? Your lunch is cooked right there. It says MPD, investigations of misinformation. Hi, Florida girl. Hey, Morty. Okay, that's cool. Just listen, guys. I'll talk it out for you. With respect to misinformation regarding large numbers of missing children, investigators contacted the Department of Education, DOE, to verify if there were any children missing from their rosters. The DOE was able to contact all of their students. Hey, Peacorns, including those that left island and or state. In addition, the FBI also investigated the many false statements made by various persons regarding any missing person or children. This would lead to MPD, which is Maui Police Department / FBI unaccounted for list. Hey, Mr. Ponstan. Yeah. So basically what they're saying is they investigated people like me. People that put a video out that got 300,000 views saying, where are the children? Right? Where are they? We saw you taking the school buses out. in some of the school buses, you can obviously see people. And that is what originally brought Stephen and I to Maui. I went alone in September. I was very blessed to have a subscriber from our channel meet me there. His name was Shannon. He was nice enough to get the vehicle and drive me, ferry me all over that island. So I was very blessed in that. When I went back in October, my husband went with me to go to meet the people that I had met, to help me do missionary work and help me work on farms. Hey, Hoppin. All right, guys. So what are we discussing today? First off, we're discussing the FBI investigating social media platforms for misinformation. Now, what's unique about this is that in the days and weeks, this is in the preliminary report, by the way, during a meeting, in the days and weeks that followed the fires, there was voluminous information being disseminated that was both factual and fictitious. I agree, Florida girl. They are lying. Hi, Lillian. Good morning.
What, the government lying?
No, well, yeah, they're saying the government's lying.
Well, yeah, we know the government lies.
Yeah, they do. There was evidence of concentrated efforts, including some by foreign governments, as well as lone wolf actors. So am I a lone wolf actor? Seriously?
Must not be, because I was there too.
Right? So I guess we're lone wolves. We're lone wolves. Stephen and I are wolves, guys. To disrupt the integrity of first responders, the community, and the government. Hey, Stacy. Oh, hi, sweetie. Aloha. Can't wait to see you guys in August. Hey, Kelly Dufour. Right, I'm pretty sure. Hey, Gianna. So yeah, I'm pretty sure, like possibly that the FBI was also over there investigating Dave Hodges. I agree. Hi, Diane. Oh, thank you, Diane. Please, God, open the windows of heaven. I agree. Pour your rain, Jesus. Pour your rain. All right, let me keep going, guys, because this gets good. Senator Hirano made the following statement. Now, the cool thing is there's a link on this page that will take you to his discussion in front of the Senate and Congress. But guess what? That page is no longer available. I tried to follow it because I was going to copy it and show you guys. He says it is a powerful tool that can be used for good, but it can also be used to spread a lot of disinformation and misinformation that had happened during the disaster on Maui. Maui residents were subject to disinformation, some of it coming from foreign governments, example, Russia, looking to sow confusion and distrust, including don't sign up for FEMA because they cannot be trusted. And I worry that with AI, such information will become more rampant with future disasters. Brad Smith, vice chair and president of the Microsoft Corporation, echoed Senator Hirano's concerns. In his testimony, Mr. Smith denounced the spread of Russian and Chinese disinformation, which aimed to discourage people impacted by the Maui fires from accessing federal disaster relief and promote conspiracies that the fire was caused by the U.S. government using a meteorological weapon, respectfully. Oh, Hirano is a lady. Ooh, thanks, Stacy. I didn't know that. This is why we got to have people from Hawaii and Maui here representing folks. Right, Leslie? Russia's always involved. It's always Russia, folks. The Russia collusion. Now Russia's lying on Maui. I mean, right, respectfully, I know, right? I love your question marks. I know. So let me keep going, folks. Senator Hirano also inquired about how this use of AI can be identified and combated in order to prevent foreign entities, such as actors from China and Russia, from circulating disinformation and misinformation to other vulnerable communities in the future. Hawaii State Senator, Mazie Hirano, you are correct, Stacy. This was September 13th, 2023. And again, if you click on the blue button they have, there's nothing there for you to see. Hey, Lorena. Right. Wowsy. I agree. It goes on to say Maui Police Department was informed by the HSHS, Hawaii State Homeland Security's getting involved now, folks, of the misinformation and verified the senator's comments. Artificial intelligence, AI, is an ongoing problem nationwide. Maui was no exception.
What's that real smart guy that did cars? The electric cars.
Oh, you're talking about Elon Musk.
Elon Musk, I saw on TikTok yesterday.
Hold on, Steven's saying something, guys.
On TikTok, Elon Musk said AI is going to be the most dangerous thing ever.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And if Elon Musk tells you something's going to be dangerous, you know it is.
Well, he's way smarter than all of us.
Hey, my love. I'm going to mess your name up. Mahaliana? Is that correct? That's beautiful. Oh. Hello, Lillian. Misinformation equals inconvenient truths. Correct, Leslie. I'm going to give you a heart. Hi, Michael Munson. You know what? Every time I see your name, I keep thinking we've got to be kin somehow because I've got Munson's families. I think they spelled a little different. Located right where you are in Texas. We'll talk one day. So anyway, guys, when I found this report and I started realizing, holy Magolies, these guys investigated me. You had to reboot Peacorns? Yeah. They're not going to want this video to go up, guys. I can tell you now, even me doing it live, they're going to fight it. They're going to fight it. All right. So as you go through the report, when you get to page 93, you're going to see that in their preliminary after action report, they have a mal information page where it's showing the 183 bodies have washed up on Lana, critical road blockages during fires, Maui workers, viral video shows Front Street Police roadblock, the DEW weapon that we were all, like somebody was just explaining it would look like this. They're saying all of that is mis, dis, or mal. I mean, they got pretty darn detailed. Hundreds of bodies are starting to wash ashore. They aren't reporting on this. Basically, guys, they even went through and said copy of an email that was sent to public and private entities hidden under a @proton.me email account. This is page 91. Subject, FEMA's internal response to the Maui catastrophe. Leaked internal memo from FEMA Director Deanne Criswell highlights grave concerns regarding the handling of the recent Lahaina Maui fire disaster. The memo reveals serious lapses by local authorities, potential assumption of federal control, and ongoing criminal investigations. They're saying that that email that came out was a fake. It was a deep fake. I love you, Stephen. Have a blessed day. Be safe. I'll see you at 3:30, okay?
Yeah.
Hey, Tabitha and Joey. Hey, Jeff Walk. Let me catch up on this. I love you, Steve.
Love you too.
Malinformation is true, but inconvenient for the government. Police blocking roads, true, but not convenient. Correct. So, you guys, I was so floored. This is supposed to be a preliminary report about what happened during the fires, right? Not about social media reporting on these fires and investigative reporters like myself and Stephen, who not only raised money from you guys, but took thousands of our own dollars to put back into the economy and back in the hands of all of the victims. Like, we're not a nonprofit. I paid $2,600 in taxes on what we raised for the September and October trips to Maui. I had to pay taxes, state and federal, all together right at $3,000 in taxes. I'm not a nonprofit. So they ate me up on that end, right? That's what Skynet is. Why was the water turned off? Great, GN. We're going to get there. My heart broke when people were sending out videos in real time during the fires for my people in Hawaii. Yes. So see, that's a good point. What they're basically trying to do, and this is what I honestly believe, that all of that is in this report because they're going to pass legislation saying that they can take down any kind of first person reports if you are not an approved news media outlet. Oh yeah, Jeff, thank you. Everybody hit the thumbs up several times on this video. Send hearts. That's going to make it push this video out so that more people see this. Folks, we're going to need your help. This is no joke. I cannot believe that they put this report out and that the FBI investigated not only my videos, but every other social media platform out there. I find it funny. This report came out about 3 weeks to a month after I was demonetized for nothing. For nothing. They couldn't even give me an example of why they demonetized me on YouTube. They couldn't give me an example, and they couldn't give me a strike, and they couldn't take my platform down, right? But they could remove the money, which at the point that they demonetized us was right at $1,300 a month was what I was making from videos. At this point, as big as we've gotten, it would be closer to about 16 or 1700. So, I mean, imagine if somebody just stopped your paycheck, said, nope, no, we'll make money off you, but we're not going to pay you for your work. Kelly Dufour says the same people that complain about Miss, Dis, and Mal are the same people who created the terms. I think it gives them a way out and redirects the narrative. I totally agree. Hey, Miss Barbara, keep it up, Sam. The sheeple still are totally unaware of the facts of the fires. I just wish I could get them to watch your videos, but you are not on CNN. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. Yeah, they threaten, hustle, itch without the beat. I know they did. And I told you guys, when Shannon was driving me around on the island in September, he used to be in the, well, I'm not going to give out his private information, but he had some military and secret training. That's why he went, because he knew that Stephen couldn't go with me on that trip. And he felt like the Holy Spirit told him to go and protect me. We were followed by nondescript cars. They knew I was there. They knew I was there. When Stephen and I was there was a couple of times my husband was looking in the rearview mirror. He's like, there's somebody following us. They stayed away because we tended to stay with our indigenous native friends and our local friends. They stayed with us. Stacy, you know what I'm saying? Justin and Carrie, their families, it kind of kept us under their wings. It was a little harder to get to us once we had integrated with the locals. Oh, yeah. RB says it's reminding me of what Canada's starting to do with that bill they passed. I totally agree. Now, guys, there's so many ways that you can help us get to Maui. I don't care if it's $1. We have almost 50,000 people on our platform. If every single person would Cash App or Venmo or PayPal $1, mail it to me, that's $50,000 we can hand out to the people in Hawaii. I know people always think I only have a couple of dollars. That's not going to help. It will help. And you can ask my husband. I used to cry when people would send the $1 donations because I know how that feels. To look at your bank account after paying your bills and you literally have $5 left. So we're not asking you to send us hundreds and hundreds. We're asking everybody to send $1 or $2. That's it. If we get everybody together rowing a boat, folks, rowing a boat, same direction, everybody going that way, we can make a difference. Miss Leslie said it is a UN-sponsored bill that is speech suppression. Yes. Ruth Bartley says, I'm in Canada and feel your pain. Oh, I know, Ruth. My gosh, what they're doing in Australia and Canada right now is mind-blowing. Miss Barbara said they don't seem to ever give anyone an example. No, they don't. They don't. Okay, so let's jump into this. Guys, look, ways you can donate. You can send it in the mail. You can send it to the Maui Give, Send, Go. All right, so it looks like this. Give, Send, Go.com. That's the site, givesendgo.com. It is a Christian organization for fundraising. That's why we use them. In fact, I don't remember who it was that told me, they were like, don't do the GoFundMe, Sam. They took all that money away from the Canadian truckers. They're dirty. They're owned by the government. Go through Give, Send, Go. Miss Jeanne said, where do I find your address? And let me tell you guys something else. I want everybody to do this. Did you know that you can go on to the United States Postal Service their site, sign up to see what mail is coming your way? Did you know that? I did not. I had a lovely lady send me a check for all the stuff that we're doing, the fundraising and stuff. The check never came in. She's like, Sam, I sent it in early April. You've never cashed it. So I have to assume you never received it. I said, no, ma'am, I did not. And she goes, well, you can go to the USPS.com site. You just type it in, USPS, United States Postal Service, and you can sign up to see what mail is heading your way. That way you know what someone's stealing your mail, folks. It's a cool little doodally. So, I mean, why not? They already know what's coming, so why not? There's my physical address to the farm on the screen right now. Feel free to write that down. If you're going to send cash or a check, please wrap it up in a white sheet of paper where nobody can see what's in that envelope, folks, okay? People, I mean, I live in a really rural area, and I would think that my postal person is honest, but times are hard. Let's be honest. All right, so yes, Mahala Ani said, oh, may God bless them. Once you become a part of them, they will have your back. Talking about the locals and the indigenous population, you are correct. Tabitha and Joey said, yes, ma'am. Miss Corani said, work is getting on the way. Oh, yeah, babe, go. Yes, informed delivery is what it's called, Coriana, through the U.S. Postal Service. What's the Cash App? Okay, guys, so Cash App for Stephen and I looks like money sign, and then it's Starkey Farmstead. Oop, it doesn't do me good if I misspell my own thing, huh? 2020, because that's when we opened up. Starkey Farmstead 2020. Government benefits information for people who don't know using my address. Yeah. All right, so let's jump into this preliminary report, folks. Fire location maps. I showed everybody this when we first started, all right? We have the fires here in Lahaina, all right? Then we have the Kihei and, I'm not really sure how to say this, Poulier fire located here. This is up country, up the mountain, basically. We have the Olinda fire and we have the Kula fire. Now, Stacy and I were wanting to work on an interactive map in the beginning. She and I kind of talked about that, but it's really hard. But I have notes written down from survivors, and I'm going to go back and check them to this report. But it says 3 of the 4 fires depicted on the map below are in separate districts. At approximately 12:22 a.m. on August 8th, 2023, the Olinda fire began and quickly drew concern as the wind fueled flames rapidly, endangered structures, and prompted evacuations. I'm just reading everybody's comments. Oh, yeah, Leslie said for anybody that receives a newsletter, all of these links will be in the next newsletter, okay? Because we want you to stay informed, right? At approximately 6:35 a.m., now this is August 8th, okay? A fire started near Lahaina Intermediate School, prompting evacuations of multiple neighborhoods. So what they're saying, folks, is we have a fire here, and now we have a fire here. Look at the distance. Here, that's half the island, all right? Oh, I don't blame you, TJ Happy. You can send prayers. We're good with that. All right. So within a few hours, the first fire in Lahaina was contained, right? By 11:30 a.m., a fire started in Kula. So now we have a new fire here in Kula, all right? At approximately 2:55 p.m., a fire was reported and was spreading rapidly in Lahaina. So now we're back here where the fire was contained. It's now not contained, all right? was spreading rapidly in Lahaina while the fires in Olinda and Kula were burning. So now we're burning here and we're burning here. All right. By 5:59 p.m., a fire was reported off a, must mess this up, Pu'ulahu Road that quickly spread towards Kihei. So now we have one here and it's spreading this way, going back, right? As each fire required evacuation assistance by Maui Police Department personnel, regular calls for service created additional strains on all police districts throughout Maui County. All right. Then on page 11, remembering the victims. Here they are. Right. Giggles and laugh. Wildfires are now being redefined. I totally agree. Totally agree. Now, I do want to point out, somebody had told me there was a lady that had only been in Lahaina a few years. She was originally from Iowa, Boise, right? And she was burned severely, and she died 3 weeks after the fire. I double checked. Laura Dale Allen. She is listed as an official death. Now, guys, you know how when we were watching videos from the fire, where was everybody stuck in their cars? I'm waiting. Everybody type it in comments right now. Where was everyone stuck in their cars? What was the street? I'm waiting. I'm not saying it because I know how smart you guys are. Everybody's typing right now. What was the name of the street everybody was stuck in their vehicles on? Oh, good. Kelly was first. Leslie was second. Michael Munson hit it. There we go. First Street, folks. Weird. Good job, Miss Marty. Weird thing about this. They show where the bodies are found, and I want you guys to know something. Nobody's going to believe it. You're going to have to go look at it when we get offline so you can see it yourself. There was not one body found on First Street. Not one. How many of you believe that? That not one person died in their vehicle on First Street? Anybody believe that? Right, Tabitha. No. Let me tell you something my daddy always tells me, folks. Am I to believe my lying eyes or my lying ears? What do you want me to believe? FBI? Because I know you're watching. You put the cat out the bag with that nonsense. Yeah, right, exactly. Looking at the cars. TJ Happy says, hey, y'all from Michigan. Robbers by the day here in Michigan. Illegals are buying homes and autos in my name. Oh, my God, on your credit and Social Security card? Honey, I'm so sorry. You got to report that. All right, Leslie said, no way. Eric West interviewed this old islander named Fish, who said explosion after explosion happened when he barely got out. You're correct. Everybody was stuck. You guys remember Iris? I interviewed her outside of where she worked, and she was the first person that I heard with my own ears, and I put out live to the world that said, yes, they blocked us on First Street. When you look at their interactive, it's not an interactive map. When you look at their map, they say there was one body, that was found in the Lahaina Harbor in the water. One person was found at the Lahaina Banyan Tree. All right. One person was found at the Lahaina Clinic. One at the Wharf Cinema. 3 people at the Holy Innocents Church, but not one body was located on Front Street. Oh, yeah, Front Street. Sorry. Yeah, thank you, Stacy. Not first, but Front Street. Not one body. I don't think you're going to be able to see it. Nope, it's not going to let me show it to you guys because of the way the screen is. Not one body was located. Now you can see it. That's Front Street. You see all the red dots? Those are where the bodies were found. Not one was located. along Front Street. Where the majority of bodies were located was a street called Kuhua, Kahua Street. Yes. Giggles and Laughs said all the electric vehicles helped to ignite the fires. You're 100% correct. I've done many videos for you guys on that, how explosive the electric vehicles were. And a lot of people don't realize this, but Maui was already implementing an electric car. In fact, they had more electric cars on that island per capita than at any other city in the United States. All right, everybody. If y'all don't mind, hit the like button. If you have not subscribed, you cannot comment until you subscribe to our channel, because I don't want a bunch of, people that don't belong here thinking they can make comments. Right? Unless they rename the road, there's absolutely no way. I totally agree. But if you look at this picture, let me turn the light down so you guys can see it. Look how many bodies were found along the Kihu Road, Kuhua. That's that little bitty strip of road right there, folks. Now, that does come off of Front Street. So maybe what happened was the cars turned right to get away from the flames and went back up. I don't know. I don't know, folks. I can only tell you what's in the report. Oh, God bless you, Miss Diane. Oh, wow. Okay, hold on. My friend from Maui just sent me something. All right. My good friend from Maui just sent this. I'm watching live, but I think you need to show your viewers this. Please watch when you get a chance. Aloha. Hold on. I'm going to type in the title of the video. All right. So he wants all of you. You can screenshot this or whatever, guys. I want you to go watch. You're going to have to type the title in. Hold on. Give me a second. Don't get irritated with me. I type like an old person. No offense to the old people. When you guys get a chance, go look at that video. Deborah said when their lips are moving, they're lying. And thank you so much for the Cash App. That was very nice. I will put that in the Maui Fund. Also, he wants everybody. It's called Winds of Change. All right. So my good friend from Maui who lives there and would know if somebody's lying said, all of you go check this video out. Winds of Change live inside the Lahaina wildfire. Go check that video out. Mahealana. Mahealana. Am I saying it wrong still? And Lee Quinn said not having an early warning siren, having police jerk people back into the fires. Otherwise, there wouldn't have been very many deaths. I agree with that. Okay, I agree with that. I think they really failed. Oh, thank you, Rachel. Thank you, guys. God bless y'all. I love y'all. Look, getting back to Maui right now is like the most important thing. God bless all of you. Frank, I'm not sure what to do with that, but I'll figure out. Heather, God bless you. Rachel, thank you. Diane, thank you. I know Miss Carolyn said something the other day. Guys, I'm serious. I don't care if it's $1. There's 50,000 of us. At $1 per person, everybody can do it. And we can get to Maui and we can meet the king. And I'm going to go back and meet with Justin and them. And they're going to explain to me the difference of what's going on with the Polynesian king and how it's just a lot, guys. It's a lot. Okay, Miss Barbara said maybe if you burn in your car, it's an auto accident death. Okay, I don't mean to laugh. Do you guys remember somebody could die of blood poisoning during COVID, but it was a COVID death? You could have a heart attack. My uncle did. My husband's uncle had a heart attack, y'all. He didn't have COVID. He was not sick. They labeled him a COVID death. So, Miss Barbara, I like the way you're thinking. I like the way you're thinking. Susie said, is Justin with KBM Properties? No. Justin and his wife, Carrie, Justin did the video on me explaining to me how we knew. He was the one that convinced me there were no children kidnapped because he's indigenous to the islands. And he's like, Sam, our children they don't leave our sight. They're so used to people being all over their island that their children, the neighbors, everyone's very, very watchful. Nobody would have stood there and watched busloads of kids pass and not have questioned, recorded, and followed those buses. It was Justin who brought that to light for me. After sitting at his home, meeting his children, his nieces and nephews, his family, hearing the love he has for his Anna. No, those kids, I think several died in the fire, folks. I don't care what the FBI says. When we get there, I'm going to investigate that deeper, but they were not kidnapped. Okay, so moving on. Page 12, acknowledgments. We acknowledge the recounting the traumatic events of the day as they unfolded may evoke a wide range of emotional reactions in the reader. You think? Everybody feeling emotional reactions? Yeah, me too. We especially acknowledge those who offered us their personal accounts of what they experienced on August 8th. We strongly encourage anyone reliving the trauma of this historic tragedy to consider seeking professional assistance for emotional well-being at www.mauistrong.info.org. We would like to thank MPD personnel, local first responders, and community members who have taken the time to provide us with the recollection of the tragic day of August 8th, 2023. Folks, please don't go see the people they're asking you to go see. They will medicate you. If you live through that trauma, they will medicate you, folks. They will make you feel like you don't even know what's going on. You will doubt your own recollection of the thing, guys. If the Hawaiians come together over this and start fighting for sovereignty, they might get it. Lee, I agree with that. Ohana means everything to the Hawaiians. I agree. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys. The ones of y'all that are sending stuff into the Cash App, folks, I'm not joking. We are not greedy people. It doesn't matter if you only have $1. I'm being very serious. If you'll send that and we start putting all of our dollars together, it's like ants on an anthill. We can move the world if we work together. But I cannot do this by myself. I can't do it by myself. I can't go there by myself. I just can't. It's going to take all of us. I put my physical address earlier. If you want to write this down, folks, you can feel free to mail even $1. I'm not joking. I cry. If y'all just knew me, when somebody sends me $2 or $3, I know what it is. I know what I'm looking at. I'm looking at your seed. I'm looking at your faith when you send that $1. I know there are people in the world that have sent up to $2,000 for our Maui trips, and I cried over those too, because I also know what that is. That is your savings. That is your sweat, and that is your hard work. I see it both, and I understand. And you guys will never know how much it means to Stephen and I, that you will row with us to bring light to what has happened to these people. It is not okay. We cannot act like it didn't happen. We cannot go back to our lives. We cannot. Harvey said, take me with you. I wish we could all go. I wish we could all go, baby. Okay, Orb says, if you did suffer from Maui fires, if you were caught in them, That's considered post-traumatic stress disorder, and you can get Social Security disability benefits. Yes, Leslie, the widow's two coins of faith. That's exactly what it is. All right, guys, they said the preliminary after action report, partnerships. These are the people that helped put this report together, but also worked during the fires, post-fire. There are many partnering agencies that assisted in the immediate days following the Lahaina fires. Numerous agencies provided responsive support with security, which, by the way, they still have. Traffic control, that just makes me angry, folks. Casualty recoveries, investigation of missing persons, morgue operations, and the Family Assistance Center operations. These partner agencies include, but are not limited to, Alaakia Mechanical, Amazon Disaster Response Team, American Red Cross. Hey, Kim, I'm so glad you called us live, bug. ANDE, I don't know who that is. I'll have to look it up. Anybody here likes to investigate? We're investigating ANDE. Armed Forces DNA Identification Laboratory, so the military. Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives. Anybody want to tell me why the ATF was in Lahaina? You're right, Michael. It is, but I've heard it's changed. The people that I met and fell in love with, that Stephen and I truly consider our family now, our Anna, told me what's happening to that island is a travesty. If I could have seen it in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, I would be shocked about how it is now. Like it's so brown, Michael. It's so brown. BS. I call BS too, Tabitha. Sam, I don't know how I came about your video a week ago. I've been watching ever since. I love your heart. God has given you a huge heart of love, and it shows. So mahalo for you, all you're doing. Thank you. Thank you, friend. Mahalo to you too. You will get to hug me. Well, if you're still in Maui, you'll get to hug me because I'm going. Like the board is full of lobbyists for Green New Deal in Maui. Agreed. Agreed, Miss Morty. Agreed. Folks, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives investigated the Lahaina fires. Correct. It's ludicrous. You're going to tell us that this was a wildfire. Then somebody just, if you think I'm being over rational or being over emotional, please explain to me in comments why the ATF, I may be in Michigan one day. I really want to travel the whole U.S. and start recording what's going on with the illegals. So maybe I'll make it there. But I want someone to tell me rationally, why would ATF be in Maui after the fires if they were wildfires? I mean, I understand because of the lithium car batteries and that kind of stuff, right? All right, so RB said, can I explain? I don't know, sweetie. That's what I'm saying. All right, Kim said ANDE is DNA technology. Let me write that down on my paper. DNA technology. Thank you. Thank you, Kim. See, I knew I could depend on you guys to help me decipher this. The only thing I can tell you guys why the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives would be on Maui post-fire would be if it was a weapon. That's the only thing I can think of. Bureau of Indian Affairs, California Department of Forestry and Fire Protection, CAL FIRE, California Governor's Office of Emergency Services, CCF Maui Construction Incorporation, Chico State Department of Anthropology, Clinical Labs of Hawaii, Oh, wow. Stacy. No. FEMA now has armed guards at the Hyatt. Worried about uprise when people get kicked out on June 10th. They were there for vacation. They said that they were there at the right time. Yeah, you're right, friend. Yeah, Tabitha said weapons of mass destruction. Oh, Stacy, we got to talk, friend. I didn't know they had armed guards at the Hyatt. Maybe that's where we'll stay so I can like hunt these people down this time. I was nice in September and October when I went. Aloha, MH, aloha, because I understand mourning. I've been through natural disasters and I understand do not want cameras in your face. You're barefooted. You're wearing clothes that don't fit you. They're not even yours. You're sleeping in a bed that isn't your own. When Stephen and I got caught in that flood for the first week, folks, when I would go to bed, I could hear the water under my bed in my mind. And I would, as soon as I would doze off, I'd feel like I was floating because I had been in a flood that put everything underwater for 48 hours. Didn't sleep. I was barefoot. I'd lost everything I owned. It was so traumatic. So when I was there in September and October, I gave people space. Lee Quinn said, maybe you can bring up the text when the emergency alarm should have been going off. He thought it was funny. They didn't turn on the early warning alarm on purpose. Look at the text. I agree. Yeah, right, Morty? We have freedom of speech. FEMA didn't spare costs for themselves when they were there. The people, God is a special place for them. It makes me sick. I agree, Leslie. All right, guys, let's keep going. Defense POW MIA Accounting Agency. So basically, missing in action accounting agency was there. Dental Association of Maui. Oh, that hurts my heart. That makes me sick to my stomach. Oh my God. They'd be screwed with me, wouldn't they? I'm so funny. They would get in there to get dental records from me and they'd be like, did somebody take this lady's teeth out? Leslie, yes, June 10th, there's a big kick out happening. That's right. Kim Blanchard said that's sad. I agree. I know, right? Or no, Tabitha and Joey, I know, right? I might have dentures, but that's not going to help them. It's not going to help them. Okay, Morty said, why BIA? BIA. I'm confused, Morty. Type it out for me, baby. Department of Health and Human Services. That makes sense. Department of Justice. The DOJ was involved. Department of Land and Natural Resources. That makes sense. Despens General Construction. DirecTV. Really? We have to list them. Let's everybody give DirecTV a round of applause. E-Design. Federal Bureau of Investigations and the FBI Laboratory Latent Print Unit. Again, that one hurts my heart because they're trained on getting fingerprints when bodies are bloated or burned. They have ways of still making the fingerprint come back. Bureau of Indian Affairs. Okay. Yeah, that's a good question, Marty. I mean, I guess maybe they're calling the indigenous Hawaiians Indians. I don't know. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't. There was the Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, Urban Search and Rescue Branch, USAR, Gray Tech LLC. All right. Somebody who's really good at investigating, somebody look up Gray Tech LLC and tell me what these people are. Hawaii Biowaste Systems, Hawaii Criminal Justice Data Center, I have to look that up. I have to look that up, folks. I mean, I'm just saying, like, why would the Hawaii Criminal Justice Data Center be there? What do they do? Huh. They do criminal history record checks, expungements, name-based background checks. I guess they were looking through files for people. Ooh, thank you, Kim. Body Transport Services. That is who Great Tech was. So now we're starting to get a picture of who was involved with what's going on in Maui. See, a lot of people don't research. This is how you research, folks. You print what they give you, because what do we all know? They have to tell us the truth somewhere. It's in here somewhere. But they like to put these big words and then leave us, like, we just skim over it, because we're in our day and age, we're just full of technology, right? Everywhere you look, there's print, words, there's noise, there's frequencies. Everything's pulling at you. And that makes such a difference with your ability to absorb what you're actually seeing and hearing. Solomon, hi, sweetheart. Brenda, hello, Miss Brenda. Great Tech does forensic investigations. Thank you. Now we got the same cover-up team as 911. You are correct. You are correct, Lee. I said that in a video yesterday. Thank you, Solomon. Yes, they're doing a cover-up, Susie. They're doing a cover-up. They're doing a cover-up. I agree. Now, let's see. So we know what bio-waste is, right, folks? I mean, does everybody understand what we're talking about when you say bio-waste? I'll give you the correct definition for it. But if you ask me about bio-waste, I'm going to talk about chemical stuff, right? So it's biodegradable waste, includes any organic matter, which can be broken down into carbon dioxide, water, methane, compost. So I would think that the Hawaii bio-waste systems people were there to see about the toxic chemicals. Because if you guys remember, and I still could sit in, but I stopped doing it, every Friday for a couple of months, I sat in meetings with the EPA, bio-waste facilities, professors from Hawaii University, California, all these people. I was invited because I was considered an expert in the field of organic sustainable farming, and I was an educator. So I was invited to sit in, and that's where I first heard about how toxic the soil was in the Lahaina area. Guys, if you're here, please hit the thumbs up. That way we can get more people here. Great Tech LLC, transportation of human remains, transportation and safeguarding human remains from the incident site to the medical facility, morgue, or designated location with utmost dignity and respect. All right. And by the way, got my Lahaina mug. I drink out of it every day. It's my way of reminding myself that I owe a debt. I owe a debt to some people to bring the truth to the light. Hawaii Department of Public Safety Sheriff Division, Hawaii Police Department, Honolulu Police Department, Information Technology Disaster Resource Center. That makes sense. Kahula Trucking and Storage, Matson Navigation. Somebody look that up real quick, guys. Somebody look that up for me real quick. I need to know what Matson Navigation Incorporation is. The Maui Fire Department, Maui Lighthouse Electrical, Maui Memorial Medical Center, Maui Health Radiology Department. I guarantee you they were x-raying through rubble, if that makes sense, looking for bones. Hey, Brenda. She said there was never been any word about the bodies that were kept in a cooling building that woman found. I'm going to tell you guys the truth. The other day when I pulled up The FEMA, when I first pulled up the FEMA Maui fire report, let me tell you guys something. There's no mention of extra bodies. What there is, folks, let me pull the picture up for you, and I'm going to turn my phone around, lower the screen light on it, and see if you guys can see it. I did put that picture in one of my videos. It shows refrigerated trucks outside of the morgue. Okay. So yes, there were refrigerated trucks outside of the morgue. They called it a morgue expansion. Matson is one of 2 shipping companies. Thank you, Bill. Thank you, MH. Thank you, Kim, a leader in Pacific shipping. Oh, Stacy said Madison ships us everything. All right, so okay. They were shipping supplies. You guys see this? Morgue expansion. Right here on the left of the screen, the green is the original morgue. The one on the right is the morgue expansion. Look how many. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 refrigerated trucks. Or not trucks, but the long containers, shipping containers. And they called it the morgue expansion in the report. It says their recommendation: procure a dedicated x-ray machine at the morgue, eliminating dependency on off-site services and additional transports. So remember when I just said, where was it? Maui Memorial Medical Center Radiology Department. I bet they were right, Leslie, for 100 bodies. You need 9 refrigerated containers and an actual morgue that can probably hold 20 people, right? But that's only for 100 people. Let's just put 9 people in every box. That's all we need. You know how expensive those things are? Exactly, Kim. Yeah, Marty said someone showed us where the bodies were being stored. Exactly. Outside of the morgue in these refrigerated trucks. But how many is actually in there, folks? I agree, Brenda. I agree. Tractor trailers. Thank you, RB. It says here, guys, that once HHS, Disaster Mortuary Operation Response Team, I love all these big words, arrived with a portable x-ray unit, operational August 16th, 2023, x-rays were taken on site in the outdoor tented disaster morgue. Defense POW MIA Accounting Agency provided personnel and their portable x-ray unit. Once DMORT, the first people, demobilized September 1st. Additional unique identifying numbers were assigned after x-rays during autopsy and noted on exterior of each body bag. These numbers were used as a pair of identifiers. Something else, folks. They were mixing body parts up, and they admit it. They admit it in this report. When I saw that, come on, Jesus. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say. I couldn't even breathe. I couldn't even breathe when I was 11 o'clock at night last night. And Leslie, the editor of the newsletter, she couldn't sleep either because she's emailing me, Sam, we need to start a nonprofit. She knows how I feel about nonprofits. And I'm like, ooh, but she made a good point. You need to write grants to get that federal money and that state money and actually give it to the people, Samantha. Like, we need to do that because we would actually give it to the people and pay these people's mortgages off. Like, they're using this money, $162 million, for the stupidest stuff, folks. The stupidest stuff. It's all just a money grab. Everybody's got their hand in the cookie jar, but the people aren't getting any of this money. Stacy asked, has anyone seen a video showing blue roofs that did burn? Using this to give people doubt. I haven't seen. Leslie said, I'm thinking the much hated NGO, non-governmental organization. Yeah, that's the same thing as nonprofits. Guys, I don't have much longer. I'm about to wrap it up because my puppy needs to potty. But let's finish at least this page. I haven't seen that, Stacy, but you are right. If there is video out there of blue roofs burning, they're putting it out to put doubts in people's minds. Tabitha said the truth will prevail. I can't see. NGOs have two. Wait. NGOs have two GOUS. I don't know what that means. Preamble USA. I'm not sure what you mean, baby. Okay, so Lee said Matson shipping is from the mainland to Maui, and Young Brothers is inner island shipping. Okay, that makes sense. Let's keep going real quick, guys. All right, National Transportation Safety Board, Transportation Disaster Assistance Division. Randall Tom Doctor, or is that Dennis? DDS is Dennis, right? I think that's Dennis. Dentist. TJ Gomes Trucking. The Department of the Prosecuting Attorney. Why do we have the prosecuting attorney involved in all of this? Well, I guess we'll find out. T-Mobile, U.S. Marshal Service, University of Hawaii, West Oahu, Department of Anthropology, Verizon, and 511. What is 5.11? What is that? I see that somewhere else in this report. I didn't know what that was. 5.11. Tactical? Huh. A manufacturer of military and law enforcement gear. Huh. All right, so let me catch up. But our infamous leader only offers $750 per household, knowing dang good and well most families live together. Give me a break. I agree. That was from FEMA. Remember, and they went up. They went up because of the pushback. Originally, it was only $500. Joe Valici, find out who is keeping the books for their activities. Good point. Kelly Sage, love your talk show. I remember back in the early 2000s, there were truckers coming out and telling people why there are trucks carrying hundreds of thousands of casket liners. I remember that too. And Solomon P. said, using weather events to make areas uninsurable. That is one of the smartest things anybody said. You're correct. The elites want the coastline. Let me tell you something. We're not, okay, you guys know where, okay, I'll have to do that later because I have to think it out before I can say it. Hold on. No nonprofit also enables a tax write-off. Right. Which is why I said when we collected that money in September and October, I paid taxes on it. I was honest to the government how much money we took in because it came through things like Venmo, Cash App, and PayPal. I'm not stupid. So I had to pay taxes. It was almost $3,000. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure Eric and Brush Junkie probably know what's going on, love, or they may not know this is out yet. I just ran across it. I feel like the Holy Spirit threw it in my lap. FEMA spent millions to be there and stayed in luxury hotels correctly. I'm thinking the bookkeeper may have some special membership markers. That's a good point. Check redacted on checks on demand to trafficking at border and valuetainment. Yeah, not sure. Okay, so basically we know that these were the partnerships that helped during the fire and after the fire. Now, real quick, guys, I'm going to read this last page, and then tomorrow, if I have time, We're going to get into the officers. This is from the police officers. This is their summaries of the interviews with the Maui Police Department officers relating to the Lahaina fires. Yeah, Coriana, I kind of agree with you. Redacted is not always a reliable source. Guys, you've got to learn how to take tidbits from people. I have not always been 100% correct on things that I have said. I have had to go back and make videos correcting things that I have put out that were wrong. The problem with these bigger shows is they don't go back and correct themselves. Yes, we are, Morty. We are so powerful en masse. And Kim said, absolutely, Sam. So if you've watched me long enough, you have seen, and I won't take down a video where I'm wrong, but you'll see it in the next video where I correct myself. And people are like, well, you need to take that video down then. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Because you can't understand how I was thinking unless you follow the videos in order to see where I was and to where I went. Why would I feel ashamed for making an honest mistake? That's what's wrong with technology. People aren't allowed to change their opinions anymore. You can't grow. Do you see what I'm saying? Like when we were all growing up. Oh, hugs from Utah. Hi, Miss Laura. We were always, when we were growing up, folks, you might have thought that ants didn't bite because you put your hands in ant hills, right? Everybody did it. No matter how many times your parents said, don't touch the ant pile, you're going to get bitten. How many of you stepped on purpose or put your hand in an ant pile? Every single one of us. And we got what? We got bit. So then your perception changed. Oh, wow. Ants bite. They hurt. Let me never do that again. It's called growth. But with technology, people, they make a video from a year ago, and then as their opinion changes or more information comes out, if they try to change their stance, people want to drag back out a video from a year ago. I leave all my videos up. Have fun. Bring it back up. I'll tell you exactly what I was thinking then and what led me to change my mind to now. It's called personal growth. Everybody on here should be going through it every single day. Thank you, Peacorns. Diane, so you guys won't pay taxes for sending me money, but I pay it on my end because I received cash and I'm not a nonprofit. Susie Bubbles, the same police chief that had the police turning the people back into the fires. Exactly, Susie. He was also the same man from the shooting that happened in, what was it, Nevada? Brenda said, I knew they bit. RB, do you see my messages up there really super highlighted? I don't know if I did that myself. I don't see them extra highlighted, but that's okay. There's a city on Florida coast, Coral, building 15-minute city, and yes, blue roofs, but I can't verify that. I'll look into it later. Brenda, we go Wednesday to a Medicaid office to get her own. Yes, red ants are the ones that bite. Morty said, game over. Exactly. And Coriana said, absolutely. If we don't learn and grow, we're done. Vegas, thank you. Yes, it's the same man. Thank you. Guys, again, we have multiple ways that you can help us get back to Maui. If everybody would send $1, everybody on this platform, all 48,300 people would send $1, we would have upwards of $48,000 to pass out to people. That's all I'm saying. We're not asking everybody to break the bank, folks. We're asking everybody to row in the boat. Have some faith, people. I understand. It's heartbreaking. 162 million's already been raised. What can we do? We can do a lot. We've done a lot. Every time we went, we've done a lot. But anyway, we're going to get into this the next time we go live, folks. These officer reports, we need to dig into them. So let's do homework. How about that? Before we do another live, everybody try to print pages or at least pull up pages 15 through 20. Pages 15 through 20. He was the coroner. Oh, thank you. Yes, you are right. Given it shall be given. I will tell you guys this. You can't grow your money till you sow your money. I used to think that was the stupidest statement until I'm going to tell y'all a story. I haven't told a lot of people this. I stepped out on faith. I wanted to see my son graduate his first year of Bible school with his associate's degree. He was in Tampa, Florida. I was clean and sober 2 months. I had $0. I don't have credit cards. My daughter, the one that's here now, said, Mom, I've got enough money for us to fly on Spirit Airlines, that little bitty plane. So we brought backpacks. I bought 2 airplane tickets with her money and flew to Tampa, Florida. I had no hotel and not enough money for the week that I wanted to stay at 7 days before I had to fly back. I went on faith. Hotel was provided to us as soon as we landed. We had $100 to stretch the whole week, but my son was feeding us. It's a long story. But anyway, I was sitting in the Bible service and they were doing a tithe and offering. And the Holy Spirit told me to bring my last $40 and put it on the steps at the altar. Folks, it was the last $40 that either me or my daughter had. And we had 5 more days in Tampa. And I started to big tears, not because I didn't want to give my $40 to God, but because I wanted to take my son to eat for his graduation gift. And I remember asking God, I said, if I give this to you, will my son know how much I love him? Because I won't be able to give him anything for his graduation. I'm going to cry. Wait. I went up there and I put my $40 on the steps. Come on, Jesus. Wait. Before I made it back to my seat, I did not know this. There was a young man from my state in Tampa at the same place. He didn't know I was there. The Holy Spirit told him to send me $660 through Cash App. When the service was over, I picked up my phone and I turned it back on. And when I scrolled up, it said the Cash App thing, right? So I hit the button. And you guys, there was $660 Cash App in my account. I ran into a glass door. That's how discombobulated. Everybody's like, ma'am, are you okay? And I couldn't stop crying. I had to sow it to receive it. Folks, it's called faith. It's called faith. A lot of people don't believe in it anymore. A lot of people don't think that concept works, but let me explain something to you guys. When you put a tomato seed in the ground, you have an expectation to receive a tomato in response. When you put $1 in God's hands, why would you not have an expectation to receive dollars with an S back? So we don't ever put that on our God. We don't trust him enough. We trust him, right? To forgive us of our sins and to keep us from going to hell. But for some reason, we can't trust him with our finances. I learned that day, 2 months after being on drugs for 15 years, I learned right then, when my God tells me to give my last dollar to somebody, I don't even hesitate. Because I have an expectation, if I sow it, I receive it. So I think sometimes that's why I get where I'm like, I don't have any understanding why people, I stress, don't think I don't sometimes. My washing machine's broken right now. It broke 2 weeks ago. I've been having to wash clothes at like everywhere around me, folks, because my washing machine broke. My dryer broke the month before. I just replaced it. We're human. Things happen. I don't have credit cards, so how am I going to replace my washing machine? I'm going to save money every week until I have enough money to buy a new washer. I mean, it's just life. It just is. So if everybody would send $1, we'll have $48,000 to pass out in Maui. That's all I'm saying. If you give him $1, he'll give you back 10. It's just how God works, folks. It is, I promise. That is just how God works. Justin said he can't, his are getting blocked. His comments, Justin, my friend from Maui, said his comments are getting blocked. He said the police chief was actually a part of some of the morgue operations, which is a conflict of interest because Maui Police Department is responsible for presenting evidence. So there is a contradiction there. Wow. Wow. And he said he thinks his comments are getting blocked. Yeah, Justin, I'm not seeing you at all. And I don't know why that is because you're not blocked on my channel. So I don't know why it's not coming through, friend. But you can text them to me, Justin. I'll read them. I'll read them to everybody. I will read them to everybody. Oh, my stomach's growling. I need to eat. Oh, my gosh, y'all. We've been on here an hour and 15 minutes. Okay. Everybody's got homework. We're all going to read the officer's accounts. We're looking for discrepancies, folks. If you see discrepancies, write them down, highlight them. I do want to read one more thing before we go. Methodology. On August 9th, 2023, and each day thereafter, Maui Police Department initiated efforts to document how the incident's response was being managed and all related aspects of doing so. In the many weeks and months that followed, information from a variety of sources was obtained and analyzed to become the foundation of this review. The following partner agencies supplied Maui Police Department with resources and information that assisted in the development of this preliminary after action report, AAR. Here we are again. Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives. I just don't get it. Bye, Kim. I don't get it. Yeah, I will pray with you guys before we go. I don't get why the ATF was there. Why was the ATF involved in this and all the events on Maui if this was a fire, folks? Why? California Department of Forestry and Fire, Defense POW MIA Missing in Action Accounting Agency, Department of Justice, Federal Bureau of Investigations, who obviously investigated me. Hey, Susie, by the way, usually people from Maui are usually blocked everywhere. What? Thank you, Susie. Justin, did you hear that? And I'm glad you said that, Susie. I'm glad you said that. I made a note before we went live to tell you guys the FBI investigated misinformation, like people like me. And here was my exact comment. People unable to get their stories out on social media due to being shadow banned, ? And Susie just said, by the way, people from Maui are usually blocked everywhere. You tell me if that ain't the Holy Spirit. I'm just saying. That's how God works, folks. That's how information comes out. All right. So FBI was involved. Federal Emergency Management, FEMA, Urban Search and Rescue Branch, Hawaii National Guard, Joint Task Force 50, Hawaii National Guard Task Force Maui 230th Engineer Company, Hawaii National Guard Civil Support 1 Company, CMRN Enhanced Response Force Package, Hawaii National Guard Air Force Security Forces Quick Reaction Force. Good Lord, that's a lot. Hawaii Police Department, Honolulu Police Department, Maui Fire, National Transportation Safety Board, U.S. Army 25th Infantry Division, U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. Live data documentation began on August 8th and consisted of officer reports, body-worn cameras, videos, open source videos, news, social media, and community member recollections. Chief Pelletier requested information preservation collection. Really? And analysts related to the department's collective response to the Maui wildfires beginning August 9th. Data from MINT operations were collected. Weekly meetings were held to ensure the AAR team had access to the information and data required to put forth an accurate depiction of the disaster and the response. Thank you, Laura. While this preliminary report contains a picture with existing data and resources, the final AAR may offer additional insight through further investigation and interviews. Folks, this is not the final draft. This is them coming up with the final draft. So let's find the inconsistencies and let's blow it out the water. Please consider, yes, they do have a lot of practice, Joe. Please consider, folks, sending at least $1 to our event. You can do it through Cash App. You can do it through Venmo, PayPal, or even go to the Give, Send, Go Maui. Oh, Justin said, I am aware, Sam. I am blocked on multiple social media accounts, X, Instagram, and all. Too much truth. We were also there in Vegas while that happened and had some family that was involved with the investigation at one of the nearby hotels. Hey, MCAS, how are you? So I will, of course, interview Justin if he's up for it when we get back to Maui. Guys, we're going to break by praying. I've got a lot to do, and I got to pick my daughter up from work, and I got supper to cook and all that good stuff. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, we just give you all the glory, the praise, and the honor. You are so, so good to us. God, you call us to be the light in the darkness. You tell us that we should be the salt of the earth. Father, out of our bellies will flow rivers of living water, Father. And everywhere my foot treads, I will take territory for the kingdom. For I am a demon-chasing, hands-on healing, faith-believing Christian, Father. And I love Jesus. Thank you for your sacrifice on the cross. It's not that you just decided to die for my sins, Father, but you did what no one has ever been able to do before, and that you rose from the dead with the keys of death and hell in your hands. And then you ascended to heaven to sit at the right hand of my Father and to go before him as my personal attorney and ask. When I ask in your name, you ask it to the Father to have it done. Lord, you tell us to remind you of your word, to bring it into your remembrance. So, Father, I am going to bring something to your memory right now, all of us in agreement, God, because this is what your word says to me, and I stand on it. Father, Proverbs 22:29 tells me, do you see a man skilled in his work? He will stand in the presence of kings. He will not stand in the presence of the unknown man. Father, the word skillful in Hebrew means timely and prompt. It means a person who is timely in their skills and their jobs. Lord, I lay all my gifts at your feet. And I ask you to use me and everyone on this platform under the sound of my voice, Father. Use us to bring souls into heaven. Give us the faith that we need to fight against this darkness, Lord. Because Maui is legitimately the heartbeat of the earth that you created for us. The frequencies on that island match our human heartbeat. And there are no coincidences in this world. We all are separated by time zones and location, but we are one in our belief and trust in you. And we pray this all together in the name of Jesus. Amen and amen. God bless you guys. Love y'all. I've got to get busy. Yes, I agree, the remnant. God will reveal the whole truth and nothing but the truth. He absolutely will. I'm going to go right now real quick for you guys. If you go on YouTube, right, and you type in Starkey Formstead, you touch our little picture, it's going to take you to our home screen. There's a place called Community, our site, yes. It's going to be on that in Community. I'm going to list all the ways you can donate, folks, from the address to the Maui fundraiser to all the different platforms. Please consider. even $1, guys. It's going to make a difference in someone's life, I promise you. We love you guys so much. Thank you for spending an hour and 30 minutes for me. Get your homework done, folks, because tomorrow I'm busy. Wednesday I'm busy. We'll go live Thursday at noon. I'll see y'all Thursday at noon. Love you guys. Bye-bye.